Hey guys, welcome back to Mason Zero ASMR. Today I have a special video for you. I've done a lot of computer videos for you all, including building a computer and giving tours of some computers. But I realize I haven't given a tour of my current PC. With the release of the new 3rd generation of AMD Ryzen processors, I actually switched computers. If you saw my old video about my computer, you'll know that I was rocking a 4-core i7 6700K with a GTX 1080, 16GB of RAM, a 256GB solid-state drive, and an array of hard drives, all inside of a Razer customized case that came with this pre-built computer. My current system, which is still kind of a work in progress, is built around the Ryzen 7 3700X. This 8-core processor is a powerhouse, and I've been loving it. While the extra cores don't do a ton for gaming, I have definitely seen improvements in video editing and rendering. Rendering on a video with this system takes quite literally half the time as my old system. Twice the cores, twice the speed in this case. I actually had this system around in some sense before. I built a budget gaming system with a Ryzen 3 2200G. The budget motherboard I bought for it, the ASRock P450M Pro 4, is actually a really nice motherboard, and since I had the 2nd generation CPU already, I was able to update the BIOS to support 3rd generation. It was easy to switch out the processor. I actually already had the computer mostly built from the budget system. The motherboard was in the case, power supply and fans were installed, cable management had been done. It was simply a matter of installing the Ryzen 3700X and the Wraith Spire cooler that comes with it, and swapping out the GTX 1060 from EVGA with my Founders Edition GTX 1080 from my pre-build, which was definitely worth keeping. My CPU idles at between 40 and 60 degrees Celsius, which is pretty high. My i7 6700K had a beefy air cooler on it in a larger case, and it idled at below 30 most times. However, my 6700K would easily jump into the 80-degree range on all cores when exporting a video. The 3700X full load while rendering a video hovers around 65. I've actually never seen it hit 70, I don't think. So I will always take the higher minimum temperatures if that means lower maximum temperatures. As long as the CPU stays under around 80ish, it shouldn't really have any negative effects, so I'm not concerned. Now onto the graphics card. I don't have too much to say about it. It's a Founders Edition NVIDIA GTX 1080, and it was from my old pre-built system, so I just popped it into this one. It stays cool, it stays quiet, and it gives me all the frames I need in games I play. It's a little bit older now with the 2000 series NVIDIA GPUs out for a little while now, but I don't really feel the pressure to upgrade yet. This thing still handles most games at maximum settings just fine. For my RAM, I'm running 32GB of Crucial Ballistic 3000MHz RAM. That's 4 8GB sticks. I do have it clocked at 2933 MHz because that's the highest that's officially supported by my motherboard. I could try overclocking it to 3200 or something, but I don't really want to spend the time configuring voltage and timings at the moment. The RAM is nothing fancy, no RGB or anything for now. For cooling fans, I have 3 blue LED fans from up here in the front to match the blue LED strip on my case. In the back, I have a red Corsair fan. Up top, I have another Corsair fan, no lights on this one, and they're all 120mm. I've set up my CPU cooler fan to match this color scheme with the red and the blue. Since this used to be my backup budget PC, I didn't really spend a lot on fans. In the future, I'd like to get a pack of 5 RGB fans for budget options. Up here also has a 5-fan kit for $30, but I would have spent a bit more money to get nicer fans. Possibly this set from Deepcool, which I used in a build recently. My power supply could also use an upgrade. This is a 600 watt power supply, which is just fine, but it's 80+ white certified, that being the lowest power efficiency certification. also non-modular. It has ketchup and mustard cables. This isn't a huge deal because it's hard to see the colors, but it'd be great to get a semi-modular power supply with black cables or get custom colored cables. For storage, I have a 500 gigabyte M.2 solid-state drive for my Windows installation and for important files, including certain games like Fortnite that I play all the time and want to load fast. This was actually the only storage drive in my budget PC when I built it, but it works out great to be a primary drive for the system. I also have two standard hard drives, each are 2 terabytes, as well as a 700 gigabyte 2.5-inch drive, which is the hard drive from my ancient laptop. I use one of the hard drives for storing music, photos, and other files like that. I use the other only for games. Then the smaller drive I actually use to store my exported YouTube videos, since I don't need to access those, and it's not a big deal if the drive dies, because all the videos are uploaded to YouTube anyways. They're just there as a backup in case somehow YouTube deletes all my stuff, I guess. And lastly, the case. This is the Thermaltake Versa H18 Micro ATX case with a tempered glass side panel. It's a little boring and box-shaped, but it gets the job done, and I am glad that I went with a smaller system than my old one, which was in an ATX mid-tower. Now for the rest of my setup beyond the computer. Here's my desk with all my stuff on it. I have a triple monitor setup. The main one is a 24-inch curved 1080p 144Hz monitor from MSI. I love this monitor. My other two monitors are 24-inch 1080p 60Hz monitors from Dell. My configuration is a little odd, but it helps with desk space and is great for when I'm streaming. As you can see, I don't have a lot of room to put two monitors side by side, especially with my speakers. My mouse is the Logitech G600 MMO mouse. I love the feel and weight of it. I don't use the buttons as much as I thought I would, but maybe someday. I want to map them to Premiere Pro shortcuts and such. I previously used a Razer Mamba Tournament Edition, which was really nice, but this mouse just fits my hand a little better both in shape and weight. My keyboard is still the Razer Black Widow Chroma. I have no desire to switch out this keyboard. Still feels great, functions fine. My speakers are the Mackie CR3 studio monitor speakers, and I love them as well. Being studio monitors, they have a very flat, neutral sound, and I like what they output. On top, I have my Zoids model and my LEGO Star Wars Republic tank. Behind my setup is an RGB strip that I usually set to red. And now here's a quick gaming benchmark. When playing Fortnite, I have it capped at 120 frames per second. It doesn't quite hit 144 consistently, so I'd rather cap it. The difference between 120 and 144 isn't huge, so that's okay. Overall, Fortnite runs fantastically. I could turn my settings down to get to 144 Hz, but I want to enjoy how my game looks too. I have all my settings on Epic except for shadows, which I have turned off, just so that it's easier to see enemies who might be hiding in the shadows. Anyways guys, that is my video about my current PC. I don't really have the budget to improve this right now, but there are definitely areas of improvement. Let me know in the comments what you think, but here's kind of what I think. RGB RAM would be cool, but not really necessary. Better fans would be nice, as well as RGB fans so I can change the colors. Maybe a different case. This Thermaltake case is pretty nice, but it is very basic and box-shaped. The Thermaltake H200 is a pretty attractive option. A 600 or 650 watt modular or semi-modular power supply would be great, although power supplies are pretty expensive right now. The graphics card is great for now. If I had the budget, I'd be willing to upgrade it to an RTX 2070 Super or an RX 5700 XT, but I honestly don't need to, especially for $500+. So, while it may not be the perfect, ideal, be-all, end-all setup for me, it's pretty darn good. I'm happy. It does everything I need it to do, and it does it well, and it does it fast. I can definitely recommend all of these parts, especially the Ryzen 3700X. Anyways, that is all for now. I'll see you guys in the next video, and if you want to see my other computer videos, check out the suggested videos that I've put in the end screen. Don't forget to connect with me on social media like Twitter, which I have linked below, And if you want to see me game on this computer, I of course do have gaming videos on this channel, but in the description you'll also find a link to my Twitch, which I have been streaming on 3 times a week, schedule permitted, from starting at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, including Fortnite and Apex Legends, amongst things. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. Sleep well. Good night.